Tere tulemas Pofi, Tere Oxus. Welcome to another interview with one of the filmmakers participants in our debut competition. We have now the director of the film Noches de Julio, Lonesome Collectors, Axel Muñoz Barba. Bienvenido, welcome. We're really happy of having the international premiere of your film in here after being shown in Guanajuato in Mexico, and also now it's like going around in Mexico, no? But this is the very first abroad, the very first screening. What do you expect from the reaction of the audience here?
Well, we're very pleased to have our international premiere here. First of all, because it's a great festival, Class A festival. Also because it's a festival for the people, of the people. There are other festivals that are mostly of industry or another kind of target. And what I like about here is that you all tend to take chances with the directors. You see the official selection, and you see my competition, the first features, and they're all people who are risking either the way they telling the stories or how they film. And you see the other forum or other sections with great directors, and it's a well-balanced film festival, and that tells me a lot of the work you've done, and I think it's been great to be to be here for the international premiere.
Yeah, actually, the audience we have here is pretty judgy in a way that they choose what they want to see, and they read all the reviews, the text in the catalog and on the website and so on. And if the film works here, it's pretty plausible that will work in other festivals, because you find the real audience, real people who goes to see the film.
I hope so. I was looking through Letterboxd, and there are some people from here that they already put the film in their list.
Oh, nice.
Of the films they want to see here in Black Nights.
So you're making research already?
Yeah.
So you are a bit like Julio, the protagonist of your film.
Yeah. I try to see from outside or inside, but quietly, all the things that's happening.
Yeah, actually, we are speaking about Julio already, and now that we are speaking as well about the international audience that is now ready to discover your film. It's kind of funny the change you make with the international title. In Spanish is Noches de Julio, which is this is a small game like it's Julio is a person name, it's a male name in Spanish, but it's also the name for the month July.
Yeah.
So you can say Julio and July. So in
July's nights
Nights.
or
So
nights
it will
of
be
Julio.
this game Julio and July night. So you introducing the name of the protagonist and the time of the year, the weather and so on. You know, like sweaty nights and so on.
Yeah.
But in international title is Lonesome Collectors. So much more grave and
Yes.
kind of mysterious as well. And it's because you want to, but it's also more revealing some of, unveiling some of the meanings of the film. I mean, you wanted the international audience to be prepared of what they're going to find in the film.
Yes, both names have the chance to give the audience the to know the temperament and the mood of the characters. The original title is more poetic, and it's the beautiful thing with the Spanish, with the game of the title. And we couldn't find another title that has the same kind of game with the for the international titles. But I chose we chose this title because it reveals a little bit more about the character and mood of all the characters portrayed in the picture. Not only Julio, but it's a common thing that's all around, all the characters and the society around.
Yeah, actually, one of the topics I think, well, the audience will discover by themselves, and maybe they see all the things that I didn't. It's for me, it's about how you are alone among a crowd, even if you are surrounded by a lot of people. In the urban life nowadays, you are kind of alone, and it's a feeling that is really like contemporary.
Yes.
So you wanted to underline some part of how is urban life affecting us, or?
Yes, how it has become more criticized for one kind of people. If somebody will choose to live outside or alienated because they choose to, and also there are a lot of people that prefer to and don't criticize this way of life, to be alienated, and it's there are more cases now of misanthropy for to say one thing, and Julio's not like that, but he chooses to be alone with his world, which is a kind of a way to say that mostly everyone now chooses to be. There are things that it's more common now that the people tend to not to look for the friends and have a coffee with them and talk with them, and they're more comfortable behind a cell phone or in their loneliness. But in the midst of this behavior, Julio, it's curious about the other people. It's only about his shyness that pushes him to look for them in not a way, no, in a peculiar way.
Yeah, and actually, I think in the moment we are on how society is, this character Julio could be considered some years ago like a misfit, someone who is outside the society. But in your film, he looks kind of cool, you know. Like he doesn't care about what people is saying, so it's kind of like now, like jigs are on fashion, so kind of something similar, no?
Yeah, I think that it's because the character, the way that I wanted to portray the character is it's a mixture of someone who is young, but not that young. I mean, he's in the beginning of his 30s, so he has like this late young stage of not wanting to grow up in the way the society thinks that one should be. Also, it's a film that can relate to people older people and remember how it used to be without the cell phones, or when somebody could be lost or know nothing about someone for 3 days, and it was common. And
so the character is on the edge of growing up.
Yeah,
but the film is also on the edge of fantasy. I think I remember when I saw it, I feel it was like a big dream. You don't know sometimes if he's living for real, but I think that's provoked not only for the story but for the environment of the film. And I think you also work as a sound designer.
A sound recordist. Yeah.
So the music and the sound is helping you to create that like oniric environment. Yeah,
oniric and hyper stylist and hyper realistic. One big influence for me was Krzysztof Kieślowski, and his films, and the way he worked with his films are pretty much the same. You can see the trilogy of the blue, white, and red, and you see real characters, but you feel that they don't live in a real. They don't belong there, and there's some quality of some fantasy of the kind of world they're living, and the use of the sound and music as well. Kieslowski was a great influence.
For the audience who was looking for some reference, we have Kieslowski already. Okay, and now that the festival, the film is circulating in Mexico and is placed already in an A-class festival, what are you thinking next? Which is your next project? Are you involved in something else already?
I have 2 projects. One, it will take a long, it will take a very long time, and it's the life of a writer who lived in Mexico, but it's from the 70s and 60s and 70s, and it will be a long process of working that project. And another one, a little bit more cheaper and easier to make about a musician. Those are the 2 projects I'm working on.
Okay, we hope next year we can see new film from you.
We hope. We hope so.
Okay. Aita, gracias, Axel.
Thank you.
And see you tonight.
Gracias.